Hello,
Drew,
hello.
what is going on, man?
I'm
It's been
good.
too long.
I
Been
know,
too
way too long.
long.
Way too long.
What up? And you're on the go. By the way, this reminds me of old like upstream events
Totally,
when
totally.
you're
I'm on the
like,
go. I'm back in the
what are
day,
you in the
old school.
airport? Are you delivering a
Exactly.
baby in the hospital?
Oh yeah. No, so I'm in LA right now, guys. Which I gotta also set myself up here. But I'm in LA.
Yeah, I only put it out like 5 minutes, like 10 minutes ago, maybe 15
Okay,
minutes ago.
okay,
I
cool. So
don't
I'm in
worry.
LA. I'm in LA. I was here for a couple different reasons. So I was at the FarCon event for Farcasters ecosystem last week.
How was that?
That was awesome, dude. There was like, I think
Yeah.
there's something special going on there. I don't think people realize it yet in terms of like what's really happening on Farcaster, but it feels like there's something worth paying attention to. Like it's just a,
Hmm.
it's a real, let's see, there's a lot of developer interest. It was a jam-packed event, lot of developer interest, and it just felt like there was like something brewing here that's worth paying attention to. Like the frames is like really opening up a lot of people to build really interesting stuff. So overall, I
Yeah,
think
no, but people seem like Frames was like the big innovation that they made.
that was huge.
Um,
That was huge.
yeah. But
So
what's stopping anyone else from doing that? I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't spend that much time on Farcaster. So like,
no,
what's stopping like Twitter from just implementing Farc like the frames?
well, I mean, first of all, the open permissionless capabilities of it. So like Twitter doesn't allow people to like build openly and own their stuff and have permissionless development. So there's really no way a centralized company could do it this way, unless you like completely decentralized the business and opened it up for permissionless development. So it's like there's just a lot of really interesting people building projects. Like we don't even know what's going to be the winning client yet. Right now, there's like like the leader is Workcast, which is like the Twitter of
Yeah, I
the
have
Twitter
access.
of
I have that.
yeah. And but like I don't know if that's going to be the long term winner. Right now, it's the winner because like that's where people are spending their time, etc. But I honestly don't know if that's going to be the real like kind of leading player. I think it's great that there's one place and one hub for people to spend their time right now. But ultimately, I don't. I think there's going to be a lot of development and a lot of interesting innovation that we haven't seen any of it yet. So that's kind of how I'm thinking about it right now.
Yeah, it's interesting. I also feel like it's not crypto related, but like um, Air Chat got really hot, and then I haven't heard from it in like a month.
Yep,
Did you ever use Air Chat?
I did. I for like a quick second, I wasn't really for me. I didn't really get it.
You, yeah, the audio stuff is a little tough to like,
Totally.
like you have to listen or talk. And like I
Yeah.
try to reply to something, and then like it just had my voice there, and I was like, "Oh, I don't like this." So then I was like, "No, I'm not using this anymore."
Totally. Totally.
All right, let's go down the list. Are you sharing it out right now?
I'm going to it right now. So give me 1 second here. So it's like
Yeah.
copy link, copy
All
link.
right. While we're waiting before crypto people actually show up, let's talk Knicks, baby. How you doing?
Oh
How
man,
you doing,
it's been great, dude. It's been awesome.
dude?
But I mean,
Unrelated, like,
the
yeah,
problem is
we're
I
like
just don't
dead.
know.
We don't have enough
We're I
bodies.
know. It's like I almost feel like that game was our championship in a way. Like
Yeah,
how
yeah.
much
It's
more?
like raise
How
the
much?
banner, raise the
Yeah.
banner.
How much
We're
more can
basically
this?
like three of the five best players.
Totally. Like how much more can this go? So like at that point, what's wrong with my computer? Um, at that point, it's like I don't really understand how much farther we can take this thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, we definitely can't get out of the Celtics unless
No.
Tatum, Brown, and White also all like get into a plane accident. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
we're not getting past them, even if Porzingis is out. But
no, totally not.
man, at least it's like relevant again. It's fun.
I agree. I agree. Totally hear that.
Um, by the way, whoa, echo.
Wait, sorry.
Yeah, you're muting. By the way, the other story that's going on, at least in the NBA, and by the way, anyone who's watching, we're just talking sports and vultures coming in, setting up. Um, the other thing right now that's happening, like right in front of our eyes, is like the ascension of Anthony Edwards, man. MJ 2.0. Holy crap. Uh, like probably could win it all. Like Minnesota Boston finals. Like I think Minnesota wins. Like they you're muted, Drew. If you're trying to talk, I can't. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Or I can't hear you.
Can
Yeah, I
hear
hear
me
you now. Yeah.
I like Minnesota. I like Minnesota a lot. They're deep,
Yeah,
complete.
dude. Yeah. No, but he's like you know what? Someone should fund a real you know the whole story, right? He doesn't know who his father is. MJ was sleeping around a lot during that time. He literally looks like
Yeah.
MJ.
Do you think
Like
that's real? You actually think there's some truth to that?
no, I think somebody's gonna fund some the Athletic is gonna fund a what's it called? They're gonna fund a research or paternity test into a DNA test or something. And
Stop. You think?
yeah, I think so. I listen, if he continues on the path, they win the championship. I mean, you uncover who his dad is, and I mean, freaking, he looks like Michael Jordan. Those things are not a joke. He literally looks like a young Michael Jordan.
He does, and it's not like he has some legitimate, unique talent that Michael Jordan could definitely have passed down.
I mean, he's jumping out of the gym. I don't know, man. By the way, that's the other thing. Besides for being a complete player, offense, defense, just whatever, dude, the dunks, man, dude. Even before he started the ascension, the past few months, dunks. Even last year, those the top shot moments were insane.
Yeah, totally.
Insane.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
let's talk. Are you good now? You just gonna walk?
I'm almost situated. Nope, I'm just trying to go in the other seat of the car so I get the air conditioning on. I'm good to roll. But yeah, let's keep going.
All right. Let's talk. Let's talk Blast. Have you played around Blast?
So I'm interested in Blast. I would love to hear your take on it. I haven't dove deep yet, and I want to.
Yeah, I was not anything involved in Blast. And then I got into it a week or two ago, and I think it's still a sleeping giant. And it sort of took a knock. Remember when the North Korean developer stole all the money?
Yeah.
By the way, no one's ever really told the real story on that yet. I feel
what is the real story? What do you mean?
I've heard so it was basically there's two options. What could have happened? Either they would have to fork the entire chain. Did you remember the story? What happened? That one of the okay, so one of the I think one of the dApps got hacked, or was maybe not hacked. They hired someone who literally was a North Korean developer, and anyway, the what ended up happening is they locked up what was a third of the CVL or of the whole chain, and it was basically a lot of money, but they basically got to the point where if they don't get this back, they're gonna have to fork the chain because they can't do this.
Yeah.
So anyway, I've heard rumors that they basically told them that hey, you're either getting zero or we'll pay you if you return the money. Yeah, Munchables hired a North Korean developer to play the game. You had to lock 1 ETH worth to get a free character. To play the game, you had to lock 1 ETH. So a lot of people had a lot of money locked in there, and they basically had the opportunity to steal all of it. And then magically, it all was returned, and everyone's like, "What?"
Yeah.
And then people were like, "Well, they would have forked the chain, blah blah blah." And I've heard that there was a payoff, probably, maybe unconfirmed. Which makes sense, right? You can't ever acknowledge it, but what's you either fork the chain or you fork over some money.
Forking over money is the better long-term play.
Yeah, and so, but anyway, to make a long story short, I think a lot of people were turned off at that time. But you listen, I mean, for all my hate and love for Blur and the things that they've done to the space. It's undeniable that Pac-Man knows how to get people, engaged and farming and caring about stuff. And there's a lot of there's enough really interesting, you know, dApps on Blast that make it really interesting. And so
What's up?
I
Like,
just got to.
are there any specific? I mean, everyone's talking about that fantasy
Everyone's playing
game.
fantasy. Everyone, a bunch of people are doing Pac Moon. Everyone's trying to get the, yeah, but everyone's trying to get the jackpot. I think every day there's a jackpot, and so people are really excited about that. I personally think one of the bigger opportunities for Blast is actually on the NFT side.
So do I.
Um,
I love
I
the
think
return. I love the returnable NFT idea. I think that's a
the
brilliant
returnable one's interesting, but also just in general because I think I looked like 2 weeks ago and there was like maybe uh maybe there's only like 10 NFTs. Now I
concept.
checked, there's like probably 25, but like it
Where,
doesn't take a lot to get popular.
what's the NFT marketplace?
Blur,
Oh, that
Blur,
Blur is the go-to marketplace for NFTs
yeah.
on Blast. Okay,
Maybe also supporting on OpenSea. I'm pretty sure
is
actually
it?
on OpenSea also.
Oh, I think I
Yeah,
heard that too, actually. So wait, so
because it's an EVM. It's EVM. So
yeah.
there's
So
really
what are
only
the
one collection. This thing called Pluto Cats,
Pluto
which
cats?
is a like a I think a Nounsdao fork or something.
I heard there was one other one that people were starting to talk about.
Blast. There's like Blastians.
Yeah,
There are a few. Hold on, I could pull it up. I had it open before. I was looking at
yeah.
it.
I'd love to know if there's
Um,
anything I should be like looking at there.
yeah,
Has
it was
has
definitely
has,
interesting in the
has
sense
anybody
of
has anybody in the chat or
yeah,
anyone we can see?
Blastopians.
Anybody in the chat
Blastopians is the
find
second
anything?
biggest one.
Yeah, let me know if anyone in the chat on the NFTs have made any moves yet. I'm curious what people are buying.
Yeah,
But
in terms of volume, Blastopians is at 0.36. Pluto Cats is at 2.25. And there's like a few others. There's something called, and a lot of the people are just farming them, right? Because they're farming them to earn Blast Gold. So that's the whole thing. Is like you want to earn Blast Gold. So they announced, I think, last Friday that if you just own an NFT on the chain, you're getting Blast Gold. If you own any tokens on the chain, you're getting Blast Gold. And then the dApps are also earning Blast Gold, and then they're distributing it, some of it, all of it, to the people. I actually caught up with someone who's like an OG ape. I was at A16Z had like an F1 event on Saturday night, and I caught up with a friend who's like one of the bigger dApps for Blast, and he's like, "Dude, we're making like 100, 200 grand a day. Like,
wow, really?
there's real money there." Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't realize I didn't know the upside. So like I felt like I can't get the full picture of like, are we too late? Are we too early? Where are we in this whole, like some people are saying,
Yeah.
hey, there's already been a big blast run and this feels like peak blast right now. Like maybe wait for it to like get out of being the cool thing for a little bit. Like it feels like it's the shiny thing right now.
So it is, but it's still so freaking early. By the way,
Yeah.
we got our first LinkedIn comment.
Yeah. Always love it. Always love the LinkedIn
Always
comments.
love,
Let's go.
always one. What's up, Ravi? There's always one LinkedIn comment the entire time.
Love it.
Each.
Love it. Love it.
But yeah, no. Honestly, when I was like, I feel like a week and a half ago, like you were late, but then you were early because like there was a lot of people, a lot of interest, and there was the whole hack, and then it like simmered down. I feel like it's now picking back up, and I feel like I don't know, man. I feel like a successful L2. There's a lot of activity for a successful L2.
Is there a specific reason like that blast is taking off so much? Like is there like something about the blast tokenomics or like
By the way,
infrastructure that's
Drew, we can't see you. I don't know if you're.
I was scrolling on Twitter really quickly to do a retweet. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I'm just,
I'll be right back. Yeah.
Is there a reason why Blast? Yeah, I mean, I think it's essentially the fact that that it's Pac-Man and Blur. They know their shit, man. They know how to get people going. And I think people are looking at like, hey, I got this massive Blur airdrop like a year plus ago. Maybe I'm going to get a massive Blast airdrop. Do a little work, make a few $100, maybe a few $1,000, maybe more.
Gotcha.
I mean that it seems to feel like it, and then also, Like, listen, for besides base, maybe they're the only other L2 that has that, besides Polygon and others from prior. They're probably like one of the better EVM L2s that make it that are like usable, that people like are
Mm-hmm.
interested about, and they've like
Yep.
figured out they're like rewarding. They use a lot of like fun marketing tricks, right?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Like for example, I didn't have this. Someone pitched me this idea like years and years ago, and I still think it's a great idea and someone should do it. Is like, and when I say pitch, I mean he just told me the idea. He didn't actually pitch me the idea, but the he's like, if one airline like just decided that every day someone random that's flying that day is going to get their entire flight for free, but it's not going to be announced until the flight. Or if at every flight there was one person that won, and when you got on the flight, they made a big announcement in the beginning, like if you're in row like A25 or like 25A, you have your ticket is free, and then you give them like cap right there or like whatever. Wouldn't you rather fly in that airline that you have a one in whatever chance of having your flight free? It's
Yeah.
similar. It's
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like it's similar. Like if you're on Blast doing anything, you have a chance to win Blast Gold, the jackpot every day. So it's
Yep.
things like that where like it's the odds are not in your favor by any means, but this DApp wins and they go share it with the people that are on it. Like it's fun.
Yep. I
But
hear
I don't
you.
know, man. I think Blast
Oh, man.
is. I think on in some ways it's sort of like on that upward trajectory. I still think like there's a massive opportunity.
All right.
I don't know. Sort of
Okay.
still feel like it's yeah, and you're also getting that native yield also. But like sort of feel like it's a good opportunity right now to just like um get going on it, right?
Yep.
It's still ETH, right? It's not a new token in and of itself. It's still ETH.
Yep. Yep. I hear you.
Might as well put
All
your
right.
ETH there. All
All right.
right,
Let's
what
move to
else?
okay. So I want to talk Morpheus for a bit. So let's go to Morpheus really quickly. So Morpheus, for those that know, I'm going back and forth from camera to not camera, guys. So I want to read a couple things while we're talking, but and I'm on mobile today. But let me just pull this up. So Morpheus actually had their unlocked the token, like the claim was happened yesterday. So now the token is live on open markets. Those that don't know about Morpheus, Morpheus is the token that's powering the decentralized AI protocol. It's an open source decentralized AI protocol called Morpheus. It's the creator behind it, or one of the creators behind it, is also the guy who originally wrote the white paper for the DApp, the Ethereum DApp. David Robertson, he's actually like incredibly, brilliant, and has had tremendous contributions to the decentralized space. And this was kind of inspired by a lot of the overregulation that's going to be happening in the government around AI. And this has been a very unique, like, kind of approach. It's a completely fair token launch. There is no DAO, there is no business. It is just open source technology and smart contracts. So super interesting. The way that you were able to earn more up until yesterday. There's only been one way to get. There's only been one. There is no investors. There was no pre-sale. There was no, kind of like early team. There's a token distribution that was transparent and fair in terms of you can put up ETH, you can get staked ETH, you can then take that staked ETH, let Morpheus take the yield, and you get their token in return. So ultimately, there was about $400 million or so at its peak of staked ETH on Morpheus, which means they were earning about a little over $1 million a month in terms of just pure yield that they were accruing to the business. And in return, they were distributing that token. The other way to get token was there's four buckets: coders, capital providers, compute providers, or the community. So there's four different contribution ways to contribute. Each contribution has some kind of weight, an algorithm, etc. So now the token is live. There's 42 million token. This is like a little bit about the tokenomics real quick. 42 million token that'll ever be available. There's 14,400 more that are distributed basically daily, and every day, two less more are available, and it'll take about 16 years for all the more to be available. There is very little more in the market right now, very little. And there's a lot of really brilliant minds building some interesting stuff around this. So, basically the smart contracts were deployed February 8th. May 8th there was 3 months of, like, I guess you can call it like farming, like where the contributors were earning token. Now token is trading and it's live. So more token is live. You can get it on Uniswap. It's on Arbitrum.
What's do you have a link, like a ticker or anything?
Yeah. So
is it doing well? Is it not doing well? How did it come out the gate?
There was a little bit of a glitch at first because they just didn't have the liquidity up right away. But really, it's been pretty much between $70 and $140, and kind of fluctuating between there so far per token. Right now, I believe the market cap is super low. I think it's a great opportunity to accumulate. Here's the Uniswap link. I'm going to drop that in the chat so that you guys can take a look at it. It's also on Deck Screener, etc. Here, I'm going to drop it for you guys to be able to share. That's the Arbitrum pool on Uniswap. Then also on Deck Screener, I'll drop the link from Deck Screener as well. Right now, I think it's about $80 or so, $82, $22 million market cap. $22 million market cap. I don't think people realize how slow. It looks like there's going to be there's a lot of daily emissions, but like the people that are accumulating are really are contributors and are long-term invested. So I just think this is going to be. I think it's going to have a lot of room to run. I mean, if you think about what the vision of this is, what Ethereum did to decentralized apps, Morpheus wants to become for decentralized AI, a marketplace of LLMs, a marketplace of decentralized compute providers, and being the bridge for that. They also have something called the More 20 standard, which is people can spin up More 20 tokens and earn, and like people can stake ETH or stake Solana in the future or stake whatever. The protocol, the new startup takes the yield and exchanges it for their token in a completely fair and distributed way. There's just a lot of really interesting nuances happening about it. And now the token's live. It's going to be in price discovery for a little while. I think right now it's been like settling around the 70 to 140 range, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. Did you expect that it was going to be larger out the gate?
So I expect if it was anything on track with what we've seen from these pre-whale markets, I think that the pre-markets were listing at around 250 to 300. And what we've seen so far is it's about 50% of the pre-market is where the tokens end up going live. So it's right around, like, my expectation is somewhere, I believe it's a $200 token minimum. So I think it's definitely undervalued right now. A lot of people think that 300 was the fair value, actually, because of just based on the calculations of ETH yield, etc. So, I think it's got a lot of room for growth. I think it's going to be a lot of, like, it's still very early days. It's mostly a developer ecosystem. Like, I went to the conference, it was only builders. There was no business, there was no marketers, there was not many VCs. It is super early, but that's usually like where the best opportunity is. So, I definitely like where I'm seeing it right now. I'm going to accumulate more token as I go. I'm holding the ones that I've earned. I probably earned about 70 tokens through staking, and I plan to accumulate more over time.
Yeah. It's interesting, like the average like price of things, right? It's like it feels like the whales market. Like, I don't know, should I like lock in some stuff? Like, for example, like grass, we talk about grass. I don't even know what grass does. But it's like a few weeks ago I could have locked in like 400,000 points for $1,000.
Yeah.
Now it's 1 million points for $1,000, right? So it's like, when do you lock that in? Versus
it's also a little complicated as to like what will it's a little complicated
take off and what won't.
Or no, but not even that. It's also a little complicated to sell tokens on Whales Market. You have to stake, you have to like lock up currency with them for the whole time until it's liquid, and you don't even know if it's ever going to be liquid, like how long it'll be liquid. So it's a little bit confusing, honestly.
Yeah. No, it's a little crazy. Are you going to continue? Are you doing grass? Are you still doing it?
So I did not renew. Just also partly because I just didn't know how long this was going to last for. So I have a good position. I have my personal ones that are still going. I don't know if I'm going to reinvest more right now. I'm kind of just holding it because like I just don't know when it's going to end. Like, or
Yeah,
how
like
long it's
I'm
going to
sitting
go
on
for.
like 11 million,
Wow,
and
you
I'm
have a
like,
lot. You have a lot.
I have a lot, right? And I spent, just to give you complete context, like I spent 2 grand total for that
Oh, that's crazy.
over 2 months.
That's crazy.
So I don't know, like based on Wells market, it's worth 22 grand. But like I don't know, man. Like I don't think that's real necessarily. I mean, I
Yeah,
hope it is. It'd be
I
nice.
don't know. I don't know.
But yeah, I think I'm just gonna not, sit on it. Whatever. Like I lose the money, I lose the money. I don't want to, because then you have to like lock it in. Yeah, like you basically have to put up collateral. That's how they do it.
Got it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let's talk about more stuff because we're already like halfway through. We've only gone through 2 things.
Yep.
And we can't see you also.
Oh, sorry.
Morpheus token launch.
We just talked about that. Yeah, let's go to
Oh yeah, okay,
Pepecoin.
sorry. Pepecoin staking.
So Pepecoin staking, really interesting time for that as well. So this is one of my biggest personal positions right now. Let me just pull up what's been going on lately. Sorry, I'm gonna have to go off screen again, but so Pepecoin has taken a nice dip. I think it's a great buy opportunity. So what they've announced is that Pepecoin is the traditional way we've been working on Pepecoin so far is it's you stake Pepecoin and you earn their AI token based AI. Now that is ending, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, um, May 11th is the end of. Let me just take a look here. I just want to make sure I got this right. So Pepecoin staking is going to end May 11th, and then there'll be a new. You'll bridge Pepecoin to continue earning base until mainnet. So there'll be, and the cool part about it is you'll be able to earn double the base. So I've been earning a lot of money of base token every day, and once I bridge the token over to the new testnet, I'll be accumulating double. So for every 500 Pepe coin pre-bridge, you earned basically one base. And I have like, I don't know, maybe 70,000 or so Pepe coin. I've been accumulating a lot. It's a big position for me. Um, now now for every 500 Pepe coin instead of 1,000 or whatever it is, it's going to be double. So you're going to basically earn double the amount of base AI during
All right.
this post bridge until mainnet, and mainnet's supposed to be coming soon. Now, there's also a very big burn coming. So I've told you guys my thesis here. The burn is going to be for the base AI brains. The base AI brains are going to be the future of how base AI runs and what you're going to do with your base token. They also have TechBot coming out, which is going to be the AI trading platform that people are already training. So there's a lot going on. I think this is really, really prime for a massive spike, especially during the burn. Because what's going to happen here? People are going to remove their Pepe coin from the base staking platform. They're going to take it and burn it to get the base brain. That means there's going to be less Pepe coin staked, but still the same amount of base being distributed every day to the stakers. So I think there's going to be more accumulation of returns for those for the Pepe coin stakers, which means it'll be a better ROI so that people will start to have to buy a Pepe coin again if they want to get it back into the staking protocol. I just think like there's a lot of, they're really, really thoughtfully designed reward mechanisms and staking mechanisms in this ecosystem. So it's a big position of mine. I think they have a lot of, they're building the tech right. It's a really good team of builders. I've actually gotten an opportunity to speak to the team, and I've been really impressed. It's something I've also I've even looked at from a diligence perspective on the fund side. It's just been like it'll be a liquid token play, and like I'm not sure if we're like built for that yet. And it's a lot of
Yeah.
been pretty volatile, but it's just been I think there's a lot of opportunity here. I'm training the tech bot, I'm staking the Pepe coin, and I'm excited about the burn momentum. So the next couple
Yeah.
days, next couple weeks are going to be really interesting for it.
No, cool. Hey, question. Have you a good friend of mine that I bumped into, he was telling me, have you played around with Berachain at all?
No, but I'm following it, but I haven't done anything with it yet.
Yeah.
I know
He's like,
a
so
lot of investors,
he
a lot
runs
of
a company
investors are
that,
bullish on it.
really? Because he
Yeah.
runs a company that does some like infrastructure stuff for crypto. And he was like, And you know, like a lot of the infrastructure guys, they know before things take off because they see it, right? They see the data.
Yeah,
And he was just like, dig in there. He's
yeah, I
like,
agree.
I have the data. Like
Yeah,
it's taken off.
it really is. So the question is,
Because
what is their
it's like when you're like AWS, you know, like they have all the data. They know who's like, they know
totally?
what companies to invest in.
I mean,
AWS
listen.
could have the best VC fund if they wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I've heard very clearly that Verichain, like that a lot of people are really interested there. There's a lot of development happening. There's a lot of investor interest. What I don't know, because I haven't dove deep enough, is where are the investment opportunities? Are there
Yeah. It seems
apps?
like they have like three
What's their token?
it's you know, they have three tokens. They have what was it? The first one was BEX, BGT, and then Honey. By the way, their site is awesome. I don't know if you've gone to their site.
I haven't.
Um, it's just Bera, BERA chain dot com. I don't know, Jackie, if you throw it in there. It's this Bera chain.
And so, what do the different tokens do? Do you know?
Um, no, I have no idea. I thought maybe you knew something about it. I just
Uh,
saw him like literally over the weekend, and he was just like dig into it, and I haven't had a chance, but I had it open on my computer, and I was like, maybe I'll just bring it up. Maybe you know something you could
no,
teach me, so I could learn something about it.
I'm pulling it up right now as well. I've actually heard great things about it too. Um, it's in testnet
But
right
the
now. It's
person I
open beta.
specific, yeah, but the person I specifically talked to, and the reason why I thought it was interesting to bring up is he just knows he has one of the most successful infrastructure companies in crypto, and so these guys always know something before it gets big because it's just like you know they have a pulse because they see the data. It's like, oh shit, they're like paying us a lot more money this month, right? Like why?
Yeah,
Um,
totally.
and so that's why I brought it up.
So
But
is
maybe
there
we
a
can
main?
do some
Is the
research on
main?
it.
Yeah, I'm going to. Is the main token the Bera token? BERA.
Zero idea. I don't even
All
see a
right.
BERA token. I see BEX, BGT, and Honey. But maybe there is one. I don't know. Again, I really don't know anything. I just like had it open on my computer to look.
I love
It's
that the
a
website.
modular EVM.
I
The
love that the
scrolling up
website is
thing.
scrolling up only is amazing.
Yeah, yeah, it's smart. That's what I was saying. Yeah. Um, but yeah, a modular EVM compatible L1 blockchain powered by proof of liquidity. Interesting. Anyway, we can talk about it next week.
Yeah,
I don't know much about it. You don't
I'll
know
do
anything
some
about
more
it.
research.
All
Yeah,
right,
I'll do some more research
Memecoin
on it.
ETF.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard
Did
about
that
it, but
affect did the ETF affect anything? Did like those coins go up this week or something?
that's a good question. But it
Just
looks like it was
wondering.
mostly. It looks like it's an all dog. It looks like it's all
No, I thought
dogs.
Pepe was in it. No.
Oh, was it? I saw Doge, Sheeb, Dog with Hat, Floki, Bonk, and Pepe. Yeah, you're right. But
Listen, the last 7 days, Pepe's up 12.5%. What's who else is there? Doge. Let's see. Last 7 days. This came out like a few days ago, right? Or yesterday even. Up 13%. It seems like it had effect. What else was in it? Loki.
Dog with Hat.
Yeah, Floki's up. They're all up.
So it's Round Hill Meme ETF. I mean, its top holdings are. No, this is not it. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm looking at the
I
wrong
mean, I
one.
think everyone's up today, I think in general.
I haven't
But
even
yeah.
checked. How's the market's doing
All
well
right.
today? I didn't even look.
But yeah, doing well. I don't know if I would define it as doing well, but it is not down. It's up. ETH
I
is
have
up
another one.
2%.
I have another question for you. Have you done anything in
Yeah.
The Ton ecosystem? Telegram's like chain.
No.
That's another one. Like I want to dig more. So if there were two, I think Berachain and Ton are two ecosystems that I don't know enough about, but I really want to dig
Yeah.
into more.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk crypto and politics. I feel like that's a really topical one. What it seems like Biden's trying to kill us.
I think Biden's done, dude. I think it's a wrap. I mean,
Time for his
you
nap.
see, I think it's a wrap for Biden. I think he's done, dude.
As a
I think
human
he's
or as a
no,
political
yeah, but I
person,
mean, a
or
little bit of
both.
both. I think he's like, I think
He's
like
he's definitely being run by some like people like, and that's not even a conspiracy at this point. Like the
yeah,
guy's not there. Like
no,
it's and like he's not there in the way that like when you have everyone here has had a grandparent, right? That's like, oh okay, like he's like you sort of feel bad even at a certain point.
it's pretty bad, dude.
But
It's he is not a legitimate candidate. I think they're handing the election to Trump at this point. It's almost a foregone conclusion. I mean,
yeah,
not to get overly political, but then like it's now like he's coming out like said against Israel. He's now like, he's like now you can't do anything anymore, and
yeah,
like the crypto thing and the market and
Genser's got to go.
Gensler's
Like
got to go. I mean, it's just like a whole. I think they've just kind of completely botched. The Democrats have completely botched any
yeah,
opportunity they could have had to rally around the Trump like Trump's like idiot, like the idiotness of Trump. Like they could have really taken that and done something great with it, and instead they've made him look brilliant. And
so
it's a
it's
wrap.
funny. I had this thesis that like they were gonna like drop Biden at the last possible chance because they just you don't want to be a lame duck president. But then I was talking to someone who actually works in politics, and he's like, no, he's like, why would they do that? The people that are around him are basically running the show anyway.
Yeah, yeah,
And so why would they drop him, lose all their power to give it to like Newsom or anyone else? And it's like that's not how it works in politics. Like you just like you try to keep your power as long as you can. And so I guess that makes sense, right? Like he's got a chief of staff. He's got all these people that are making decisions essentially for him. Like they're not going to be like they're just going to weaken and Bernie's it, like they're
yeah.
just going to. And so, but yeah, I think it's basically cost him the election. It's funny in Florida. It's funny in New York. It's all to politics, liberal. Because living in Manhattan, it's a mix, right? You've got obviously tons of liberal people, but then you've also got like more conservative people, right? More on the upper west and east side, and then you have like you come down to Florida. I've been here for 4 years now. Came at the last election, and like no one really talks about politics here. Sort of like it's weird. You think they talk more, right? Because it's like a purplish state. It's not really even a purple state anymore. But you think they talk more, but they don't really. They don't really talk about politics, and maybe that's because everyone supports the same stuff. But they don't really talk about politics, which is nice. Like you don't have to deal with any of that stuff. But anyway, that being said, like Trump with crypto, and then I don't know if you saw, but just for the memeability of it, you saw that RFK came out like with the disclosure that he had like a parasite in his brain.
I actually like.
Honestly, it was
I actually,
amazing. That was
I
so
actually,
good.
I actually like RFK. I wish he kind of had a
By the way,
similar
he
thing.
probably would be president if he didn't have that voice issue. I think
And
it's a hard.
and if his brain wasn't eaten,
And his brain wasn't eaten by a worm, by a parasite. But
what the
yeah.
fuck? This is who we're dealing with presidents. Like the
Well,
three
there's
the three
one
top
person.
candidates. They're
Well,
over 80
no,
years
yeah,
old, or their brain's been eaten by. They're over 80 years old,
no,
probably shit his pants. Where's
it's
Biden?
literally one's weekends at Bernie's. The second one is a sociopath. The third
Totally.
one doesn't have a brain.
Yeah, his
Um,
brain's been eaten.
yeah,
It's just
it's wild. Like,
in the whole country. In the whole country, this is what we're finding. What is
yeah,
wrong with the government?
yeah. I mean, listen,
Dude, I get better.
from
I get better candidates for junior analyst jobs at my fund. Like legitimately, better candidates. Easily.
yeah,
That would be better
yeah.
decision makers.
No, it's wild, right? Like you think that like but like what is it even? Because like there there were some decent, maybe not really, like Republican candidates before like Trump just won it all.
I mean,
The problem was
there's
like even though you have to have laws in your country, they should have just been like let Trump ride into the sunset, right? Like they should have just let him ride into the sunset and just been like the second they went after him, it emboldened him, and like Also, like everyone wants the bad boy, the whatever. It was sort of like a silly miscalculation on Democrats' part, like you know. And like, listen, I think momentum is obviously going for Trump, but he's still very much unliked by a lot of people. And so people are like, well, how did he lose last time? It's like, for as many people who like him, there's more people who don't like him. You
Yes, it's
know,
just that.
and
It's just that he was. But he
I
was.
think that's still the case.
Yeah,
But I
but he
think
was too. He was too
Biden,
close.
yeah, but no, but he wasn't even. If you look back at the data, if you don't believe any cockamamie, whatever stolen election stuff, like if you look back at the data, he wasn't really, because like it was
It
only a
doesn't.
few states, but he
It
lost
doesn't
by a
matter.
lot of votes.
I know, but he's close enough where
But
Biden's had
no,
such a
I'm saying,
disaster.
but I think now Biden's he's pushed away enough people.
Exactly.
He's pushed away basically all the Jews. He's pushed away all the Muslims. And so these people are either staying home or doing a protest vote. And so by default, like there's a chance that he just can't, he's not going to be able to pull it out. And so I don't know. It's going to be a fascinating, what is it? When's the election? Like 6 months from now? It's going to be wild, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Totally.
wild. What do you think happens to crypto politics though? Like just in general, like what do you think the end result is?
I mean, it sounds like there was a big win yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Did you read about? There was
Oh
some
yeah,
kind of.
there was something in Congress or Senate or something. I think
Yeah.
Congress maybe.
Hold on. I was reading
Or
about it, but
what?
I'm traveling, so I haven't
Yeah,
had a chance.
I don't remember what it was. Oh, something with custody,
Yeah, that
right? Custody
institutions.
financial institutions, I think.
Yep, that's exactly
Um,
right.
yeah. By the way, just back to the whatever the isolating people, not just on crypto, but like Biden's lost all the Jews because like every Jewish person I know is like, okay, this is like early 1930s. Let's get some let's get some passports in place just in case
Yeah,
we gotta get out of here.
it's rough. It's
Um,
rough out there. But yeah, but you're
yeah,
not going to Europe. You're not going to Europe. That's for damn sure. Everyone's trying to leave Europe right
yeah,
now.
Europe's crazy. Let's go buy a crypto island, Drew. Let's
I
start a
know.
new civilization,
I know.
independent country.
I honestly,
Balaji will be
I,
the president.
I thought crypto dick butts was going after that. I was planning on buying a property there.
Are they buying the crypto Dickbutts Island?
They were trying to buy
Was
Dick
that the
Butts
joke?
Island. Yeah, they were trying to
Dickbutts
buy a Dick
Island.
Butts Island. Yeah, but the token never
Actually, I
lasted.
know who bought Dick Butts. I can't say who, but I know who bought Dick Butts. Like, it was like bought. It was like a whole thing where like you had to have the most. So it was a little consortium of people. I don't know what they're gonna do with it, but anyway, all right. FTX recovers all funds. Free SBF. He didn't do anything wrong now.
Yeah, he actually made people money. I heard they're going to be
That's
they're going to
it.
be in the they're going to be in the green.
They're gonna be in the green. Free SBF. He doesn't
Yeah,
deserve it.
yeah.
He made
Um,
everyone a return.
he made everybody return. He's basically a VC.
Yeah, dude. By the way, he was a pretty solid VC,
No, but he
and
was
the
basically a
fact
VC. He took everyone's money without the masking, invested it on their behalf, and made the money back.
no, but actually, he was not a bad like VC in the sense of like his his uh his bets play pretty well. Like, I
He
mean,
did.
so by the way, true story. My college roommate, I set him up with his wife. By the way, I don't know. I told you I have three direct setups,
Yeah,
marriage with kids,
3 with
and
marriage
I
and kids.
actually heard I have a fourth.
I have 3.
I didn't realize. So
Yep.
I have three that are direct. Like I introduced them,
A
they're
couple of
married
dude.
because
We have 6. That's a few. That's a few. That's a few.
yeah, that's a few
That's
podcasts.
a few. That's
No,
a
but
few.
I have a
Buddy.
fourth. I was just actually at this Andreessen F1 event on Saturday night. A couple came up to me that I knew. I didn't know them super well, but I knew them enough, and they met at an upstream event, an IRL upstream event in Miami, and they're married like 3 months now. So look at that, changing lives, making babies, love it. Hibachi, open flames. Yeah,
It's
all the
awesome.
crypto Tinder. All right, so FTX, he's people getting their money back. I know a few people who lost some serious money there.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to see if what are they getting back? Dollars or are they getting back
It's a,
coin? Is
it's a
that
good question.
controversial?
I think there's some issues around that. Also, they're still selling the Solana token that they were holding in like at
Oh.
discounted rates with a lockup.
Wait, Drew, the reason I brought up my college roommate is he's in charge of the FTX bankruptcy. That's why I brought him up. Yeah. So he was actually at our Basel, or maybe he's not he's on the team that's responsible. I don't want to say he's responsible because I don't know. But he sent me a list of all the assets. He's like, you want to buy any of these things? And it was like some NFTs and stuff. If you want to see that list, I can send it to you.
Can you send it to me, please? Yeah, I would love to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably have to ask him for an updated version of it. But
yeah, that'd be
I was
great.
like,
I'd love
but there's some like pretty like epic stuff on it. But he was saying because they had just sold some stuff, and then I forgot what token it was. I saw him in our Basel. I was like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm here to sell NFTs. Do you want to buy the NFTs?" And because he's like in finance, he's like works at private equity finance, like I guess bankruptcies and restructuring, and so he was like, he had just sold some of the token that I guess they invested in, and the thing like they sold it, and then it like 10x from there, and it was like worth like $1 billion, and they sold it for like 100 million or something.
So by the way, the value of Bitcoin has roughly went from 16,000 to 60,000. So people are getting about 118%, so 18% interest on their money, but it's a substantial discount to the crypto assets they were holding on the platform. So people are still
but on the day, so they're up from the day they got stolen from, but they're down because if they would have just had the asset, it would be worth more.
Yes, and
that sucks.
The craziest part about this thing is like the lawyers are going to take like $1 billion out of this.
Oh yeah.
Which is like,
insane.
When you have all these creditors and investors who are losing so much money on this, the fucking lawyers are $1 billion in the green. Like, it's just fucked up.
Lawyers don't lose, man. People in divorce, they make the money, and everything they make the money. Be a lawyer if you want to, take people's money, and give some value. Sometimes not. All right, Moonbirds Universe. Let's talk. Are you still on any Moonbirds?
Nope, I'm out. I think I'm out the game. If I'm not, I'm pretty. I thought I was, then I forgot. But like, I'm pretty much out the game.
Drew, I'll never forget us buying the top of Moonbirds. Never forget. God. What a waste of money. Oh my god.
And then we sold the bottom. I think
we sold the bottom. Bought the top, sold the bottom. No, I don't think. I think we did a little higher than the bottom. What is the? Yeah, no, I mean it's all close to the bottom for everything right now. Moonbirds, 0.82. We must have sold it for more than that. I feel like we sold it for.
We sold it for like a 2, I think, or something like that.
Just for full disclosure, I think we bought our. What did we buy our Moonbirds for? Like
40,
I think. And what was ETH at the time? It was bad.
It was bad. It was like 15 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough. It was bad. It was
anyway.
It was like, what are we doing? Like, what are we? Like, it was literally the Pico top.
I think
it was like the Pico top.
I think at that point we were also just like killing it in a few things, and we were just like, oh,
it didn't feel as bad.
It didn't feel so bad.
Yeah,
it was bad.
It felt like we were taking gains and turning them into more gains that turned into not gains.
Losses. But anyway, so Moonbirds is building this whole new universe, which I don't fucking know what's going on with Bored Ape anymore and Yuga, but like it's 3D avatars. They're changing the design. They're going from CCO back to non-CCO with new artwork.
They're not going back to non-CCO. They're just doing new art. You can't turn off CC0.
I know, but it's like stupid.
It's not. I mean, it's not stupid in the sense of like if you want to go that route.
No,
it's the only way to do it.
I think it's smart that they're ditching CCO. I thought CCO was dumb personally for them. Didn't make any sense to me. But they got physical collectibles on their way. They're doing like a digital.
Hold on. Speaking of CCO, the equivalent of that is what just happened with Kendrick Lamar and Drake. So like Kendrick didn't they let all the rights. The reason why the thing's going crazy is because anyone can use the audio on anything. I'm pretty sure. Like the Kendrick Lamar Not Like Us song. And correct me if I'm wrong, anyone in the comments, but I'm pretty sure they took off all the rights. So meaning anyone can come in and remix the song or put it on YouTube or use it however they want. And I'm pretty sure it's a reason why it's like bananas exploding and people are making a ton of money off it. And so it's a similar thing. It's funny, the CC0 stuff. I mean, you can make arguments different ways. I think it's better if you start with it and people know what they're getting into versus changing it after the fact, for sure. But there's so much you could do with it if you want to. And I think just people don't want to. They're lazy. They don't want to do anything with it. But like, there's so much potential of what you could do with it. But anyway, yeah, Moonbirds Universe. Like, I think it was just I think it'll just be looked at as like the wrong buy from you. I think it's a distraction.
I think it's
focus is tough.
No, I agree. Let's talk about this whole like NFT thing for a minute, because this also goes hand in hand with what we're talking about next, Cryptopunks. So like, I do think there's a few. I think like I was actually saying yesterday on Twitter or somewhere to someone that I think it's actually a great time to start a digital art and collectible fund, because I think that like I think digital art has taken a hit, and I think like Cryptopunks has taken a massive hit, and a lot of the
what are they at now? NFTs, what are punks at now?
I believe like 39. They bounced again a little bit.
38 and a half.
Yeah. So listen.
I sold my punk, right?
I forgot. Yeah. When did you sell it again?
I sold it. Well, 60 something.
When did you sell?
So like a few weeks before NFT NYC. So what, it was like a month or two ago.
Yeah, so I'm very long punks. I have no
interest. Yeah, I am too, but I had like a partial ownership of enough that I was like, do I need one by myself? And it like I didn't even like it as me. It wasn't my identity. It wasn't a white Jew with an afro. But yeah, I sold it. Maybe I'll buy back when it goes. But like, I don't know. I just felt like I didn't need it.
I feel like
I could do more with the money.
I think in the 30s is a steal for punks. I just think that like long term, these are $1 million assets in the future. I just think that there's just so much potential there. So I've accumulated. I'm up to 4 punks, 4.5 total myself. Super bullish, super long. My strategy now is I'm borrowing against the punks, so I'm creating liquidity so I can earn in other opportunities I'll spend $1,000, $2,000 over over 3 months, borrow $100,000 or $60,000 to $90,000, and then put that stuff to work while I'm holding my punk and letting it hold its value. So I'm long punks. I'm bullish on punks. I think that there's an opportunity to invest in that, and I also believe that there's a big opportunity to invest in top art. Like I think like the top tier like old art is also going to be tremendously valued over the long haul. Like when people look back at the digital asset revolution, and I just think there's also going to be some real opportunities there for some of the premier artists and the one-of-ones and the super rare type stuff. I also like Meebits. Like I know someone just commented on Meebits. Like I don't have as many as I used to. I had 10. I now have 6 or something like that. But I'm holding my Meebits too. I think those are they go hand in hand.
I think your thesis on Meebits though were like they're gonna do stuff with it, and then they just like didn't. And so that's like once they don't do the thing you think they're gonna, and that's I think the biggest thing, at least for you, to maybe like as a takeaway for the next run or whatever, is like have your thesis and stick to it. And like, even if it's uncomfortable, right? Like if the thesis doesn't play out the way you thought it would, either make a new thesis and like, but it's tough to do that, like on the fly,
but
or sell.
You have to reassess sometimes. Like, listen, I went through multiple reassessments. Like one of my biggest NFT losses ever was NFT Worlds. I've talked about that.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was one of my biggest losses.
I was telling you, I was the NFT World bear.
Well, first of all, I was incredibly bullish on NFT Worlds' first thesis. And then Microsoft rugged them. My thesis obviously changed, so I sold out. I watched the team build back up and actually develop their own strategy and their own platform, which actually makes the thesis even far greater than it ever was when they were building on Microsoft. So not only did I reinvest personally, I actually reinvested from my fund in Hytopia and the token, because I believe so heavily now in their team's ability to execute, rebound, and be able to then and their new strategy. So I think that Hytopia and Topia token and HiChain and all that, their gaming infrastructure now kind of to rival an open source decentralized version of Minecraft, I think is going to be tremendous. So that's a big position of
Yeah.
mine. But it also demonstrates the ability to be like, you can't hold a bias. Like if you've lost once on something, like it doesn't mean that you're going to lose forever. You either have to reassess. Like I reassessed, my thesis changed, and then I reassessed it again,
Yeah.
and my thesis changed again, and that was fine because like their strategy changed and my thesis changed with it. So I do think that's really
Yeah.
important. Whereas like, for Bored Ape, I sold Bored Ape really early. I did really well on Bored Apes overall. Because of
Remember
the
we were
fact that
selling on the way up.
I sold
And
Bored Ape the whole way up. Yeah. So I did really well on Bored Apes. That was probably one of
didn't
my
we
best
sell to
returns.
what's his face's dad? We had some good ones. We had, you know what, the one that we sold, like, remember we sold to someone's dad? We had
I don't
three
remember.
together. I think we had three, right? We had three for like underneath. I think that we
Yeah,
bought.
we sold it. We sold them at
And
32, I think, or something.
no, we sold one at like 3. We sold one at like 10, and then we sold one at like 50. I think.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, but like,
And no, but the one at 50, the guy resold for like
80 or something, right?
No, the guy resold for like 165.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I remember.
it was a low mint. I think it was like mint, and it was like a death bot. Remember, it was death bot, low mint. And so when you got land, you were in the freaking thing. It was like 74, 93, or like, I don't know. People could probably find it. It was, that was rough. I mean, listen, it was like a sub 1 ETH buy to 50. It was like a huge win, but not an optimized win by any means.
Yeah, you just gotta. It just really comes down to how long your thesis is on some of this stuff. Like Bored Ape, I was struggling with my thesis there because it has to remain cool. Like I don't think Cryptopunks and Meebits need to be cool. I think the history of them and the legacy is enough for it to sustain itself long term. Whereas Bored Apes, if it's not cool, it's nothing. And
Well, so question, what do you, this is a good question. What do you make of like what's going to happen with apes and other side, and they sold off the HTV now, whatever thing, like,
I mean, listen, I
what do
think
you,
that like if Ethereum NFTs have a big comeback and they're able to demonstrate that they're able to like kind of win back their community with a clear narrative and vision. I love their OG founders. I think their OG founders coming back is a good thing, but I also don't. I also don't believe that. I don't. I'm not long. I don't think they have a clear direction right now. I think they got over corporatized. I think they became corporate. I think they became lost.
I think they're trying to, they're shedding that right now. I think they're shedding that corporate like sort of veil that they've had for the past 2 years. I think they just need to start like shipping other side, right? Like just ship it. Doesn't need to be done. Doesn't need to be finished. Like ship like something usable. Let people get in there. Let people start playing with it. Let other communities in there. Let other communities get access to the ODK. And please do it because I still own my Chaos land and I need to sell. No, I'm kidding.
Oh God! Oh, man.
And for those that are listening, I minted Chaos land, which is the rarest type of land on the other side.
What was your
offered.
What was your highest offer ever?
I don't even want to say.
What was it? 400?
No, because that was the offers for mega codas with Chaos Land. There's only 116 Chaos Lands. I think the highest offer I ever saw was like 175 or 200.
ETH or 1,000?
ETH.
That's what I'm saying. So 400. I was thinking 400,000.
Oh yeah. No. I don't think ETH was that. I don't think. Well, no, because I don't think ETH was that high. It was already on its way down.
I mean, realistically, you're talking. It had to be around 400K.
It was bad. It was bad, and I was like,
and Alex goes, "No way. There's no way I'm selling that, guys. You're all going to need to use my portal to the world."
Yeah. I'm still holding out. You're still gonna have to pay me. So the thesis at the time, at least in these like these Chaos Land groups, I sleep okay. It's fine. Like you have to be an adult about this stuff. Like you lose money, gain money. You can't. The problem is if you get too emotional about it, it sucks. No, don't get me wrong. It sucks. But
there is no world where you can say that you have to be an adult about saying, "Here's $400,000." Nope, I want to hold it for my portal to my digital world.
Okay, wait, hold on.
So that is the least adult thing I've ever heard.
Yes. But at the same time, hold on one second. At the same time, the rumor was that these like the Chaos Lands, because they were like literally portals, were going to be like the way you move in the space. And if you use it to move, then you could charge people for it. So that was the idea, at least the concept. And I was like, okay, I'll let like everyone use it for free. And yeah,
Guys,
a house or
can everybody go and find the best house they can find in the United States for what Alex could have owned instead of the portal?
no, stop.
And send him a tweet.
Stop. It's okay. We don't think about it.
Yeah.
We don't actively think about it in that way.
Yeah. I gotta run.
Yeah, I know you got to run. All right, let's get back to doing these. Are you still in LA next week, or
I'm in LA. I get back I think on Wednesday, so Thursday I should be good.
yo? If Knicks make it to the next round, should I come to New York? We'll go like
100%.
Boston,
Yeah.
New York. Let's go
Lock
to
it
a
up.
game. Also, if I don't know if are you a Ranger fan or no? New York Rangers.
I root for them.
Not really.
I'm not a hockey guy though, but I mean I
Got
actually
it.
would love to go. I'd love to go to a Rangers.
Dude, I grew up. My grandfather was big. He's from Belgium, so he's a big soccer fan. But in America, there wasn't any soccer, so he became a huge Ranger fan. So I used to watch it with him. Anyway, if Florida wins and New York wins, Game 3 and 4 are in Miami, so you should come.
That's cool.
And like
that's cool.
It's like 20, 30 minutes away from my house.
I think I'd rather, if I was gonna go to a hockey game, I'd want to see it. I want to see Madison Square Garden Rangers. Like
it's
that
fun.
crowd is incredible.
It's fun. I've had some. I've gone to some amazing games where my old boss used to have on the glass, like next to the penalty box, and those games were crazy. Anyway,
all right, later,
bye
guys.
everyone. See you next week. Peace.